We are the nerds of a nation. We are the nerds of a nation. We are.
One Piece, Chapter 34, A Humble Servant.
Hello, brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, here to bring you yet another review, we're in the 30s now, of a chapter from the epic and magnificent tale of One Piece. Our last chapter wind up leaving us with Captain Kuro, of course, showing up and pretty much threatening to kill his entire crew if they did not get past Nami and Luffy and Usopp and get on with the plan, and he gave them 5 minutes. The chapter actually ended with Nami retrieving Zoro's swords and getting them to him, and then she went and was like, you know what, Luffy is still sleeping, we need him in this battle. So she ran over, and the chapter ended with her smashing his face in with her shoe, her boot, her heel. And at the same time, Django has thrown something at her, his magic pendant or whatever, some sort of spinning disc of doom. So that's where we were left off, and that's where we will begin. So it does start out with a cool-looking panel of, Luffy going, ah, and his head is getting stepped on by what appears to be a heeled shoe. and it certainly doesn't feel good for him. He's like, hey, what the heck is going on? Because if you remember a couple chapters ago, he was hypnotized with the other pirate crew by accident and had superhuman strength and was just tearing everybody up, ripped the mast up out of the ship from the Black Cat pirates, and then Django hypnotized him to actually fall asleep. So he did. He fell asleep where he was. The mast fell on his head, or fell on him, and he's been there ever since while everybody else has been bravely fighting the good fight. So, So this starts out with that happening, and then of course Zoro has tried to warn Nami, duck, and Nami goes and turns and is kind of like, oh shit, there's this spinning disc of doom coming at my head over here, this Django's pendant, and I mean it looks similar to like a circular blade coming at her. At any rate, right at that point, Luffy stands up and he just, and you see blood coming and everything, and he takes this thing right to the back of the head, and you're thinking, oh, that can't be good. and certainly Django is thinking, well, that should have killed him. Captain Kuro is like, what the hell? I thought this kid died when he was put to sleep a couple of chapters ago and he walked off the cliff. What is the deal? They still don't know what some of his powers are and what his capabilities are. So Luffy takes this thing right to the back of the head, and he's like, Nami, why'd you step on my head? He's still pissed off. That hurt. So she's trying to explain to him, I had to wake you up. And so he goes and pulls this thing out of the back of his head, and it's basically just kind of shakes it off, and everybody's like in awe. They're like, oh my god, how the hell did this guy do this, right? So we wind up having just kind of a gasp of amazement from several of the crew members that are alive or that are awake. And then we also get several of them going, we've only got a few minutes left, we got to get through them. So Django, tells Butch, he says, you take on him, take on Zoro, I'll take on the Straw Hat Boy, and kind of like we'll divide and conquer and do our best. Our lives are on the line here because Captain Kuro is going to kill all of us if we don't. So it then goes and goes to Nami, not Nami, up at the top of the hill, Usopp, and Captain Kuro talking, of course, and then all of a sudden, Mistress Kaya appears, and Kaya is standing there, and she says, Gladiador, and she, of course, has been informed about his betrayal, from the servant that Mary, that he had thought to have been killed. So she's in on it. She knows what's going on now. She's been apprised of the situation, and she's coming to say, hey, what the F, So she does. She yells out, and she kind of says, why would you do this, and blah, 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 and she winds up trying to ultimately, I mean, there's a little bit of a heartfelt moment where she's kind of like, why would you betray me? But ultimately what she does is she says, hey, listen, you know what? If you're after my fortune, that's fine. I'll give you the money, and you just leave. Leave me, leave the townspeople alone. And Gladiador, or Kuro, Captain Kuro, basically says, he's like, I've been repressed for 3 years, I've been wiping your ass and your nose and everything else, taking care of you day and night, humbling myself and bowing to you, and all in the hopes that I would not just have your fortune, but I would also, these people have accepted me in this town, I don't have to hide, I can just be out in the open. And most of the time, as we know, pirates, they plunder, pillage, steal, and then they have to move on. So his whole deal is I'm going to still do that, and I'm still going to carry out my plan to kill you and all these people here, because these are the only ones that could verify that this story is even true. And then I'm going to live my existence here, rich in this town, trusted and loved by everyone, you know, as a rock star. So she pulls out a pistol and says, "No, you're not," and she's, you know, going to raise it up to shoot him, you know, and Usopp and everybody's like, "Oh shit, she's got a pistol," you know. So, and you know, she looks like she's a young teenage girl maybe. So she's holding this thing, her hands are shaking, and Clahador, or Kuro, winds up pulling an underhanded move, and he starts kind of you know, talking to her about, "We went sailing together and we did this, and you told me about your fears and your dreams and all these other sort of things." And basically he's just getting her to try to lower her defenses. She does. Her hands get shaky. She drops the pistol, and then he comes up on her, and he's got these cat-like claws, right? And that's also one of the subscribers here mentioned too, that they thought it was pretty cool that he pushes his glasses up all the time, and that habit that he's had throughout the comics that he developed over the 3 years is to avoid him scratching himself because of these claws that he can, you know, manifest from his fingers. So Freddy Krueger, like crazy ass long claws too. So he comes at her, you know, like he's gonna kill her or whatever, and all of a sudden just bam! I mean, he gets his block knocked off, you know, and I mean, he's just fucking not waylaid on the ground, got blindsided, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, the captain's down!" Right? We go and we see that it was Luffy that just nailed him with the pistol, you know, his pistol punch that he does. And Luffy says, "Oh, so you don't like being hit, huh?" Because she, oh, that's what it was. I'm sorry. After that, Usopp comes to her defense after she drops the pistol, and he comes at Kuro, right? And I remember he hit him before when he didn't know he was Kuro. So Kuro just goes and nails him, you know, and he says, "That's retribution. That's payback for you hitting me. Nobody hits me," type of thing. And that's when he gets blindsided by Luffy, you know. And if you didn't catch that about a minute ago, just boom, I mean, just whap, you know, nails him. And he gets, you know, knocked the fuck out. And so then Luffy goes and he says, "Oh, you don't like being hit, huh? Okay, well, I'm going to nail you. I'm going to hit you 100 more times." And it's actually pretty cool because it's, you know, Luffy basically, hey, he's back in the fight now, and we know that there is going to be a showdown in the next chapter, or at least that's my prediction, between him and Luffy. So everybody's just kind of standing on in awe at this point. Certainly the crew members of the Black Cat Pirates are shitting their pants because they're thinking, man, you know, either these people are going to kill us or Kuro is going to kill us. So they're pretty much on the shit end of the stick, man. They're up the river. They don't have a paddle. The boat's sinking. They're foobarred, you know. And it's really good. Like I said, it's really moving at a nice pace over here. We're going to be wrapping up in the next one this volume, and just certainly looking to dig into the next one. So let me know what you think, brothers and sisters, in the comments down below. Leave a like if you think I deserve it or I've earned it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will look to catch you in the next one, nation.
As always, brothers and sisters, thank you for watching another one of my videos. I did kind of put a sneak peek of this one in one of my Walking Dead reviews, but thought that I would share it here as well. This is obviously a picture of Nami. I looked ahead in some of my volumes just for some reference shots and pin-up shots, and was able to cobble this one together, and I guess it's kind of a sexy version of Nami, so hope you enjoy.